Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods Gravitas. Progression is happening quite well. I don't know what word I was looking for there, but it's happening, and it's going pretty good. Last episode, we've gotten all of the bronze required in ingot form to create a bellows. Or, sorry, a bloomery. I always get the wrong word. A bloomery. This is going to take us a decent amount of work, and the annoying part is it's pretty much all off-camera work. It's just painful. Essentially, we're just welding. Now, it's not the worst thing to do. Actually, what do we need for sheets? Because we need double sheets, right? Which is 2 sheets welded together. Sure, we can make that happen. The sheets we get by working a bismuth bronze double ingot. So we've got to weld once, work once, and in order to get this thing, you need to weld 2 ingots. So we've got to do 2 welds. The welds are pretty easy, just a matter of heating things up. And the working is honestly a little bit more annoying. This is going to be a nightmare. This is genuinely going to be just horrible. I thought it was just 1 weld we were going to have to do, or just double welds. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So, what's the plan? I don't really know. Also, you might see, whilst it looks like that's the wind blowing the leaves, it's sort of, looking around, it kind of feels like it's the heat. What's the temperature at the moment? It is autumn. Okay, so maybe it's just nature doing its thing. But yeah. I mean, that's literally the next progression point. Like, that's what we're working towards. Which means that's what we got to do. Which means I need to make sure that we have plenty of charcoal, because obviously we've got none at the moment. Which means I've got to chop some trees down. I could chop our tree farm down, but the problem is I need to use like the sickle to get saplings and stuff. And it's honestly, what I should do is, if we're going back and forth to this bismuth over here, although I have made a path, probably makes sense to chop some trees down on the way to just, I don't know, make it a little bit more enjoyable, I guess. So yeah, I'll chop this stuff down, fill my inventory up with stuff, and bada bing bada boom. Oh, you know what I should do? Obviously, I just started chopping trees. There is something else we can do that may benefit us more than doing whatever I'm about to do there. Okay, so last episode, we tried to get a horse. Well, we got the horse. It was an 11-speed horse. We brought it back. We tied it up here, and we went on with our life. Then, right towards the end, it ran into this prickly blackberry bush, and it's no longer with us. And we've got 4 raw horse meat, so I'll let you do the math on that one. But we should probably get another one. I've still got the saddle and the lead, so we can go get another one. But what we're gonna do, right? We get a horse. There should be a 12-speed somewhere between our base and down where the orcas were, so we'll start heading in that direction. But the point that I was going to make was, we should try to get some oak trees. We've seen some before. I'm not necessarily sure where they were. Maybe those were oaks in that area. But the oak trees, I think, are really, really tall. And they have like a decent amount of saplings. So I think it's worth doing. Like I'm pretty sure we'd get a lot of wood from them. Because at the moment, realistically, the hickory trees, as you can see, they're pretty good to farm. And that's sort of what we've been doing. As you can see, there's a bunch of hickory saplings over there. And when they grow, it's pretty good. But look, there's like 10 leaves on the entire tree. So it's not that practical. I'm going to head in this direction. I'm going to be looking for a horse that has good speed, and I will be looking for oak, and I will be... That's about it. So I'm going to run for a bit, then I'm going to end up coming back. Lots of off-camera stuff happening today. Like most episodes. I'll be looking for this horse. If we find the horse, I'll run it back. Everything should be faster then, obviously once we get the horse up and running. Literally. And then we look for an oak. Yeah, sure. Yeah, easy peasy. Oh, this horse is a speed 10. That's pretty good. This one's an 11. We may just take this horse. It's pretty close to the base. I don't feel too bad going the distance that we've gone. Let's do that. I do feel like everything looks a lot more heated when it shouldn't. Like, I don't know if the wavy trees always looked like that, or I don't really know what's happening, but everything feels weird. Alright, so this time with our horse, let's keep them far away from anything that can poke and prod them. So we'll put them over here. That seems like a pretty good idea. And then so these guys will eat pretty much anything. So for example, we can give them some melon. And slowly but surely, we'll be good to go. Oh, and we get so many melons. The melons are great. They honestly are. Once you start storing them. All right, and so the question then is, oak tree? Yeah, what do you reckon the oak trees are? I remember they were by a hill. You know where they may be? They may be by the exposed sphalerite. They might be, like, these might be oak trees. I feel like these are pretty big. I definitely remember it, like, around hills and stuff. Alright, I chopped some trees. We've got 4 stacks of, you know, the charcoal stuff cooking over there. This guy we will light up. We'll set it up, get this guy going, and we will start heating these up. So we're going to do 2 ingots at a time, and we're just going to try and weld them all together. That's, I think, going to be the first step. Is going to just be welding them all together. So it's going to be a slow process. Yep. I mean, like, that's all I've got for you. It's going to be pretty slow. It's going to be very rough. I am considering doing multiple at once, because it's not the worst idea. Like, I could probably do 4, you know what I mean? Maybe, and that would at least make this twice as fast, but once this is heated, it'll be fine, I think. Yeah. Alright, so bright red 1 allows it to weld. We're going to push it a little bit closer, grab both of those out, grab both of these, shift right click them both on, right click, there we go. So now this thing's still hot. I can chuck this in, and we can make it into a sheet right now. It just needs hit, second, last, and all that. So what we can do is bring it all the way over and try to figure this out. Okay, so apparently I need another hammer, but we're pretty close there. Realistically, I should figure out the perfect ratio to have here, is sort of what I'm realizing. Because I obviously overshot it there. We don't really want to be overshooting it too much. We're going to go through a few hammers as well, I'm pretty sure. So this thing's probably... Oh, it can still be worked, actually. So that right there, that's perfect. That's where it needs to be. And we're going to have to do these hits last. So we can do... What can we do? What would be the best course of action here? I'm just trying to think. Because obviously, we want to line this up so that it goes back perfectly. Alright, what I could do... is I could do bend and a punch. That'll take us to 9, and then just light hit 3 times. That sounds like it would work perfectly. So I can actually do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So hey, that was pretty good. We can do a full sheet before it even cools down. And I have a sinking suspicion that I could probably do that 4 times. You know what I mean? Like with 2 of these things. So we'll let that stuff heat up. Let's make sure that we're chopping this up with charcoal. That's, I guess, our last charcoal, so we've got to be a little careful. Open this guy back up. So wait for it to get to, you know, pretty much orange again, or at least bright red 3. We'll weld both of them together as quick as we can, and then we'll see if we can work them. Yeah, we line it up. We do the bend and the hit, or the bend and the punch, sorry, and then 3 hits. Should be pretty easy. All right, so far so good. Chuck that in there. Bring it over in this direction. Maybe hit it this time with a bend and a punch and a punch. So we're lined up perfectly. Bend, punch, hit, hit, hit. Perfect. And we do the exact same thing with this. Oh, I've got to select the thing. Yep. Slam it. Ooh, went a bit too far. I don't know why I like jolted a little bit there. Line it up perfectly. Bend, punch, hit, hit, hit. And then honestly, what I can probably do, because it's still very hot, is weld them together. And that's a double sheet. That's really good. Because that means we can do one of those bingo, bango, finger, fango. Listen, what I just said is not a phrase, but we could do it. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to be honest, this is looking a lot more promising. As you may be able to tell by my voice, my spirits have been lifted. This looks a lot more doable, because I thought I was going to have to, you know, weld them, then reheat them. Then work them, then reheat them, then weld them again. That sounded horrible. But this sounds awfully doable. So once again, we're going to go for that bright red 3 pretty much. We'll take it a 4. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. And then I'll run through this one on camera, I guess. So I put them on, obviously weld them, take it off. Shift click, put these on, weld them, right click. It's good to go. Chuck this guy in. Select the sheet. Click, click, click. click until you're about at 8. Then hit them with an upset, maybe a light hit and a punch just to line it up. Oh, light hit, punch. Okay, I think that it may have been lined up before. I'm not sure. It looks a little bit off. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Go here again. Boom, boom. I feel like I heard a weird sound as well. I don't know if that was real life or in game. I'll be honest. A little bit concerning, but I think we're good. I probably should, after this one, I'll make a bunch more hammers in my inventory because this should not be happening. I should not be losing a hammer. Maybe we just do a bend and a punch and a punch. Awesome. Bend, punch, 1, 1, 1. That's that there. Put both of those on and shift right click with the hammer. Oh, I think one of them cooled down. Yeah, they're both at work level because I think, possibly because it's raining, to be honest. We'll let them go a little bit hotter. That looks good. Put those both here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's pretty good. That's manageable. So now we've got those. They'll slowly cool. And we'll continue. I would sleep, but I don't think it's nighttime, which means we're just going to have to put up with this. And I feel like this is just going to ruin everything. Is there smoke coming out of those? Yep. And it's thunder. Oh, thundering. That means you can sleep. Oh, but we'll lose our heat if we sleep. Okay, we're just going to have to put up with it. Some sacrifices have to be made in the name of science. Alright, I left them a little bit too long, to be honest, but it's good. We do somehow have them all. Why weren't this one? Oh, I put a torch in there somehow. Okay, like that. Awesome, chuck you in. Boom, boom, send him over here. I think that's lined up. 1, 2, 3. Yep, looks like it was. Awesome. So what we do is we send it all the way over to about 8. Bend, hit, hit, bend, hit, light punch, light punch, light punch. Awesome. Chuck both of those in and weld them together. Bingo, bango. So far, honestly, looking pretty good. We are at the point where we sort of need to be like, changing some of the temperatures though, I will say. It's honestly going pretty well. The main thing is, of course, still hammers. We're mowing through those like crazy. But as you can see by the ingots we have on us and the double ingots we have on us, we're going, honestly, a lot better than I thought we were. Than I thought we were going to. So, you know what? Maybe I will just store these on the ground. Maybe they'll cool down on the ground and not in my inventory. And that'll be beneficial. We are out of stuff. Although it looks like we may have just enough heat in here to possibly get them warm enough to be welded again. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's got it, but there's no charcoal left. And that stuff over there is still smoking, so it's not even ready to go. But progress is looking good. I could maybe... Nah, we'll just leave them as... I think doing 2 at a time, it's safe. We're not going to run into too many issues. I will say, once you get a hang of it, it is very satisfying. Yeah. I was doing that old muscle memory. I wasn't even paying attention. Did I put the wrong thing in? No, they're both good. Not hot enough to weld. Oh, they both can work. Oh, and this thing I think is already too cool. Yeah. They're so close. They literally need like an extra star. Alright, well, that gives me a reason to... Oh, actually, they look like they're out of smoke, don't they? Sweet! Awesome! So we can grab all this stuff up. Oh, I've made a bit of a mess, but it's fine. I'm sure we can patch things up. So we've got 22 charcoal. That is going to be way more than enough. While it is, you know, not lit or anything, we'll sleep so we get at least a little bit of nice sun and day and shine and lighting and whatever the phrase is. Yeah, I'm very happy. It's rare that things just go your way, I'll tell you that much. Oh, you know what it is? Once they're double ingots, they store a lot more heat. Like that, they store it for longer. Because as you can see, these sheets actually went in a little bit sooner. And they're taking so long to heat up because they've got a lot more mass to store all that energy. Here we go. So they can be worked, but obviously we want to weld them, so we're still waiting for the bright red. Yeah, alright, so I'll be back. This is looking very, very good. Alrighty, we are up to the final 4 pieces. As you can see over here, we've got 7 pieces already. The Bloomery, of course, requires 8 total. Progress has been soaring. It does look as though we will need another hammer, so hopefully I can make that before those things melt in there. If they do melt, like if you're doing this at home and they melt, If they're in the cauldron, it's not a problem. Doesn't matter. Couldn't matter less. So yeah. And that was perfect timing because these are pretty much good to go. I would like to wait a little bit longer just to guarantee that I won't have to chuck them back in the smelter. There's no flux. We're out of flux. What do I do with flux? How do I get flux? Flux. Flux. Oh, flux. Okay. I think it's working. I think we're good. Redeemable. Not hot enough. Ah, the flux ruined it. Ruined it for everyone. There is still one more piece of flux, so assuming these guys heat up a little bit. Beautiful. What? Okay, no. It was just a little bit of inventory lag. I thought I messed up. Boom, boom. We now have all the pieces to the puzzle. So now, I picked them all up, which apparently is going to be an exhausting effort, but it'll be worth it. We come over here, and I present to you the Bloomery. Very expensive piece of machinery we are holding in our hand. Cool. So this guy's got to go somewhere, right? Oh, that reminds me. I need to be feeding my horse. I've forgotten to do that in between breaks and whatnot. So now you've even run out of his... he ran out a little bit, but he'll get there. All right, so the Bloomery, I believe, is a multi-block structure that we have to build. Here it is. We can visualize it if we would like, and we can place it down somewhere. So you can sort of see where the Bloomery is. If I place it this way, it's facing the left, and so on. And so where do we want it? I kind of feel like here, as in I'll probably like fill in this land and place it on top, or maybe even here next to the yeah, like right here next to the coke oven. That seems like a pretty good spot. Let's go grab some building blocks. We're probably going to use some limestone cobble, right? It would be nice to do something to them, you know what I mean, to make them look a little bit more exciting. There's not a whole lot from the looks of things. Yeah, like the stone cutting, it's not going anywhere. It's the same thing, just stone cut. Even like chiseling or anything, there's not much you can do, so we'll just build with it. You could do bricks and stuff, but I mean, there's effort required there, and I don't know if we have that in us. Hey, this is good enough. There is salt and whatnot that I will be ripping up. Probably didn't need to rip them up, but probably would want to, at least at some point, so better now than never, I guess. So there we go. Can I place the salt back down? Is that an option? I can. Awesome. So I'll just place it back down. That way I don't have to find out which chest it's meant to go in. Same with the hummus. Cool. So, as you can see here, it requires bricks of some sort. Now, it's saying granite bricks. But I don't know if it needs to be granite. The Bloomery can contain up to 24 iron ore and 24 charcoal, with 8 of each item per additional layer of the chimney. To add the layers to the chimney, stack up to 2 more layers of stone blocks. Okay. Stack up 2 more layers of stone blocks. To add items to the Bloomery, climb up to the top and throw items inside. A tower of grey ore should form. Okay. And must have an equal amount of charcoal and ore items. Then you wait most of the day and it will shut off when it is done. Cool. So, Bloomery contains ores. Do you reckon it has to be... surely it doesn't. Surely it can be any block we want. I know it says granite, but... Now, it needs to be bricks, right? I'm sure it needs to be bricks. We've got stone bricks. We've got marble bricks. Let's see if we can get away with marble. To see if this works, looking at the top here with this percentage bar, if I place this down, the number's gone up. So that means we've put a right item. You can test this by placing a wrong item. As you can see, the number doesn't go up. So if we place this, it should go to 2. Beautiful. Okay. What I may do here, because obviously we don't need to place some more blocks around, but I kind of want to. What I was going to do was grab some of this. Can we get away with making some walls? We can. Awesome. I'd like to place some walls here to just add a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of our own to it. They can go there. Awesome. They can go there. Brilliant. And then we need one here, but that's obviously going to be the bloomery. Okay, I guess maybe I need every other block before the bloomery. Sure. We can place these here with the marble bricks in there, and then the bloomery. There it is. And so you can open this and close it. It looks pretty nice. We've made almost like a little reactor looking thing or something. We could complete the picture, you know what I mean? Like I could sort of finish how it looks from the front, because the front I think looks quite nice. I like this, I don't know, cube effect that we have, because yeah, we can dig up this, place this here and here, and then just place these guys specifically on the corners. I think it looks pretty good like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Place you there and there. Place you there and there. And then we'll finish this bit too. Yeah, honestly, I think that looks pretty neat. Sure. So this is the bloomery. Now we don't want to do that, but we do want a way in. Now we're probably going to just use ladders, because I mean ladders they're just superior to pretty much anything else you have going on. We will use some more bricks as well, because let's say we do it up here. We can increase the chimney, right? We can do this, and they said 2 more layers. So I believe that is 2 more layers. That's all of our ladders as well. And so now we can chuck stuff in here, and we can get stuff out. That is my understanding. Well, I want to give that a shot, you know? I want to try that out. So what is the plan? Now, limonite is the stuff that we want. And if we switch over to the ores, limonite is right here. I'm going to go ahead and send it to our default section. So limonite is right there. 50 meters. You probably don't even need to take the horse. I may go feed the horse, and if not, I'll sleep and then feed the horse. Do you want some more? No, we'll sleep. So I'll head over there, and I guess we'll do a little bit of mining, or at least we'll try to set up the mine, because I don't believe one is set up over there. And then I'd love to give it a shot before we end this episode. We're about 40 minutes in to the recording. I don't think much happened off camera, to be honest, for this episode. This has been a pretty productive one in terms of just, you know, minutes to stuff done. Oh, God. I don't even want to harvest all that. We've got plenty of food. It's just... Ugh. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to think. We have some limonite here, right? And we can chuck that in there. But it's going to be a piece of coal to a piece of, you know, iron. So realistically, we want to be chucking in only rich pieces. That's my understanding. Because that's how we're going to get a hold of a bloom. That's at least my understanding. It's a little confusing though. Smelt iron ore into iron bloom. Iron ore. Iron ore. Crushed iron ore? Raw iron. Flux compactor. I reckon we need this, because I think one of these converts perfectly into an ingot. Makes sense. Hold on. Iron ore, right? Raw iron, sorry. We can compact the stuff that we get, right? The limonite and all that, into these iron ore pieces if we got our hands on a flux compactor. I saw this at someone's base, I think. And then we can smelt that. We can smelt that with a bulk blaster, and I think we can do... we need iron for that, don't we? It's on the table. It's eventually doable. Right? And that would just give us raw iron. Sure. Or we could crush it into crushed iron ore, and then we could wash it, but we'd still need a fan. Okay. So yeah, I sort of get you. So if we get one of these raw irons, what would I do with it? I imagine we'd bloomery it. The question is though, how does the bloomery work in terms of this raw iron bloom? Oh, there is a bloomery recipe, but it's charcoal and molten cast iron, and I'm not following how we get that into the bloomery. You know what I mean? Molten cast iron we get from heating up this stuff, obviously. Cast iron double ingot, refined iron bloom, melts into cast iron. Okay, and then yeah, pieces of... Okay, I reckon we set up the mine. We get that going, figure out what we're doing, and go from there. So yeah, the limonite is right in this area right here, and I didn't bring the prospecting pick, so this entire trip was useless. I say entire trip, it was just a hop and a skip. Alright, so we're back over here. We can right click and we found nothing, found nothing, found nothing, found nothing, found nothing. I'm pretty sure this area was we picked up pieces on the ground, right? Which is meant to hint that it's around here, but I'm getting an awful feeling that somewhere along the line we meshed up. Let me take this off, get a little bit of darkness back in our life. So it's not here. Or if it is, maybe it's down there. I'll tell you what, I'll get some ladders and we'll head down there and see what we find. Really? Nothing. Not even just a pity, like, small trace? Found nothing at all. Yeah, that's rough. Previous me has some explaining to do, I'll tell you that much. I'm wondering if I threw that one there. In terms of, I wonder if I ran away from the spot and then I was like, oh, I probably should have bookmarked that. And then just sort of turned around and threw a little waypoint down at it. I'm wondering if that's what we did. Because, I mean, there's nothing here. I'm clicking every few blocks just in case we're getting false negatives. But we are getting nothing. That is not good. Not good at all. What are you? A lily. Alright. Okay. Sure. Alright, so if we want cast iron, we would, or there's raw iron, we need limonite, magnetite, or hematite. If we look at the map and we go into the ores section, limonite, hematite, magnetite. Over here, malachite. Yep. Over here we have a trader. And we don't have any H's, do we? Because the H's would be the hematite. And obviously we have lapis over there. This was meant to be the limonite. Oh, actually, we've got another limonite. Okay. That one's pretty close. I don't feel bad about having to travel over here. Let's chuck this guy back on default as well, and we'll head there. A little bit more of a distance, in terms of probably worth bringing the horse for future runs. But I'll run over here and just see what we find. Oh, some sapphire. This is pretty close as well. Let's create a waypoint. Sapphire. I'll chuck that onto ores. I don't think we already had one there, so there we go. Oh, this must be a big sapphire vein if we're finding sapphire 100 meters over there, surely. Or maybe they're just really small. I don't really know how it works, to be honest. Let's switch back to default. Alright. Alright, yeah, so here we go. We've got limonite. Oh, a little bit of ruby. Let's bookmark down here and do ruby as well, just so that we know that if we need some in the future, it is there. So what we're looking for now is a large sample. We want to find a very large sample. If we don't find a very large sample, we'll dig down a bit and see if we can get a little bit closer. Oh god, we can see everything growing around us. Traces. We found medium over here. That's why I'm a little bit, confused of the radius here. Alright, so medium. Oh, we might even jump down into that cave. That looks like it's going to be a shortcut to wherever the limonite is. Alright, yeah, let's go down that cave. That clearly seems to be the play. So, we'll dig down. Might as well. Alright, so we're down here. Large sample, very large sample of ruby. Large sample, very large of ruby. Very large of limonite. Okay, so this is sort of the prime digging zone right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just set up a support just so that we're ready. I'll dig in this direction a little bit just to see if it's behind the wall. I don't think it is. I think it's below us. But just for the... I probably should be using a shovel as well. But just for the sake of things, I thought I'd do that. Alright, now let's head down. I will state as well, I am aware that I do not have whatchamacallums on me. I don't have ladders. Bit of a problem. And what I may do as well, just to help me out, is chuck a bunch of stuff over here, because I do not want this on me. Oh yeah, we found ruby. I didn't even notice. I was sort of multitasking a bit. We cannot mine it though. Very interesting. I brought my bronze pickaxe too. Ruby. Cut ruby. Ruby. So we can turn it into cut ruby, or we can turn it into ruby powder. Both of which, I have no idea what they're for. I mean, I know they're for trading, but surely there's like another purpose as well. Cool. Kind of useless for us though. Why are we finding nothing? Limonite in that direction. Oh, limonite. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've got everything here. I'm gonna jump up and head back and grab some ladders. I think that's the play. I mean, the ladders are insane, aren't they? We do have the stuff on us to make them. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Turn that into that. Oh, easy peasy. And then we go ahead and make some ladders. Like so. Oh, too many ladders. What are we going to do with all these ladders? Oh, a cave. Both a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is bunch of limonite. Bad thing is a bit awkward. Just a little bit awkward to deal with. We'll head down a little bit further. I'll set up my support beams that we've got, and then we'll see what we can do, because I think this leads into cave. Sort of. Oh, and lapis. Oh, yeah. We've hit a pretty good jackpot down here. All right, we've got a pretty decent amount already of iron. We don't need that much to do what we want to do, I think. And it may even double what we've got. I'm not entirely sure if I remember how this works. I do want to get up there though, so I think what we'll do is dig that. These can't go on the side of there, which is a little bit annoying. Do we have a way up? Not really, and I don't really want to break the ruby. Although I don't really have a use for it at the moment, like I can't pick it up at the moment. We'd probably want to eventually, right? Like, maybe I'll just do a little bit of this, and then we just ladder up there. That seems fair. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Ladder, 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 ladder. Perfect. Okay, I'll meet you back at the base, and we'll give it a shot. We'll see what this bloomery can do. There is also a black bear right there. We're just gonna head this way. All right, well, home sweet home for the most part. We've got our limonite and whatnot. I'll sleep through the rest of this night and then go feed the horse, and then I'll chuck the stuff in. We'll probably just chuck in all the rich stuff that we've got, maybe some normal, and then we'll chuck it. Maybe I'll write on like a little sign or something how much we got, or we'll just try to remember it or something. And we'll see what we're doing. We'll see how much it gets, because it's gonna take a while. Arguably, I should have done it before I slept, but I have a feeling it's gonna take a full day anyway. That's sort of what it was insinuating. All right, so we've got 17 charcoal. We've got how much rich? We've got 11 rich. Nice. You know what's odd? We've got barely more normal, and it is about as much rich as we have. Like, they're pretty close in terms of value. Okay, so I'm gonna put in, I think, exactly this. I'm gonna put in 11 limonite and 11 charcoal. Boom, boom. You know what I realized as well? Oh, no, input stacks and catalyst stacks. I was concerned that we had to have, whatchamacallums? Coal for a second. I was like, oh, we don't have any coal. I'm going to have to mine coal. I think it's looking like charcoal works. So then we open this, and I get a torch, and I shift right click. Oh, there we go. Creating raw iron bloom, and it is going to take 15 minutes. And we will have raw iron bloom. Wonderful. So we will have this raw iron bloom. We will then have to work that into refined iron bloom. And then we will have to work that into a wrought iron ingot. Now, I'm a little concerned that we can't do this on our anvil somehow, but I think we have to. I don't know how we could get to iron otherwise. I think this is what you meant to do. I think this works. So that's going to get us wrought iron ingots. We're going to be able to create them. From here, honestly, it opens quite a lot of doors. In terms of stone cutters, a bunch of different create stuff that we can do. Honestly, a lot of different create stuff that we can do. And possibly a few other fun little gags and goofs along the way. But genuinely, there is quite a lot of stuff. The main thing we want, by the way, is this guy here, Engineer's Hammer. which needs wrought iron sheets, which means we need to be able to whack them on an anvil. And judging by the picture up here, judging by the picture, it can be a bronze anvil. I don't think it can, though. I'm pretty sure it has to be raw iron. Right? How could we test this? Pickaxe. We could test that by looking at a steel pickaxe. Yeah, see, it's still showing bronze. It just shows bronze, whichever one you pick on. Okay, that's fine. But obviously, if we click on like blue steel, it still shows all the anvils, even though they need specific ones. Awesome. So, yeah, 13 minutes, and we'll have this. So, hey, that was 2 minutes there that I don't know, did nothing. Time flies. Time definitely flies. Raw iron bloom. Hold on. So how much do I need for this? See, these are just double ingots. The anvils are so easy to make. Oh god, hold on, I'm catching on. So we need, what's this? This is 7, so we need 14 of this stuff, and I've only put in 11. Do you reckon I can chuck in some more? I don't think I can. Let's consult the book before I do it. The bloomery contain up to 14 iron ore and 24 charcoal or whatever. With 8 of each item per additional layer in the chimney. To add layers to the chimney, stack up 2 more layers of stone bricks. To add layers to the bloomery, climb up to the top and throw items inside. Bloomery must have an equal amount of charcoal and ore items. Light the bloomery block. Wait most of the day. When the bloomery block goes off, each 100 mil buckets of iron ore melts into a bloomery. Oh, melts in the bloomery. Okay. So we may lose 85 millibuckets here because I think we put in 385, which makes sense. Sure. So we would actually need a lot more than what we put in. Obviously, we would need 1,400 millibuckets worth. But that does make sense. The bloom block contains raw iron blooms, which can be in... Oh, wait, hold on. Each 100 millibuckets is transformed into a bloom block. The bloom block contains raw iron blooms. We've read this before, but I'm reading it again, obviously. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. It'll spill them out of... Oh, if it finds itself with more items contained than it can handle based on its chimney, it will try to spit them out the front. Cool. Cares about the quantity of items thrown into it, not the quality. Using rich ore in the bloomery consumes the same amount of charcoal as poor ore. Embarrassing. But it doesn't make a difference at all. So we're fine. We're cool. But we could have used poor ore. That's awesome. I do really like that little mix up. Do I just AFK for 10 minutes then? Probably, to be honest. So I'll be back. I could do something while that's happening, but I kind of don't feel like it. So I'll just wait. Alrighty. Bada bing, bada boom. Bloom. 3 times raw iron bloom. We mine it with a pickaxe. We get 3 raw iron blooms. And that is what we get from the entire stack that we put in. So we put in, I guess what? That's 300 millibuckets right there, yeah. So we lost the 85 millibuckets, but we got the 300 millibuckets. Makes sense. Which leads me to question what the hell they're talking about in here. Like, the bloomery cares about the quantity of the items thrown into it, not the quality. Using rich ore in the bloomery consumes the same amount of charcoal as poor ore, but you don't get the same amount of blooms. Hello? Am I crazy? Like, did I misinterpret what just happened there? We put in 11 pieces, and we got 3 pieces out that line up with 100 millibuckets for each 100 millibuckets we had in there. Which means you want to put the rich ore in there so that you get more out of your ore. What is this talking about? This thing's like, you don't want... Yes, the quantity, the quality matters way more. Hello? What? The bloomery cares about the quantity... God, that just pissed me off. Like, what's the point of this? Like, the thing is, you could say that no matter what goes in, it will use up 1 charcoal per ore. But instead it insinuates like, they don't care about the quantity. Okay. Using rich ore in the bloomery consumes the same amount of charcoal as poor ore. Yeah. So? Like, I don't know. It just annoys me. This is redundant. It says earlier that you need to, like, it contains up, like, they have to. Where did it say it? I don't remember where it says it, but it says, like, they have to be the exact same amount. It has to be perfect. You have to have one piece for every piece. Where did it say that? I swear it said it somewhere. Yeah. The bloomery must have an equal amount of charcoal and or items. Which is... What a useless part of the text. Oh god, I hate that. It's like, yeah. Duh. Oh, okay. Anyway. Cool. We've got raw iron bloom. So now we've got to heat this stuff up. I mean, we need a lot more of this, obviously. But we've got to heat it up. Then we've got to work it into this. And then we've got to heat this up and work it into that. This melts at brilliant white. Which means it may not even be workable at yellow white. I think it will. I think at yellow white it'll be workable, but it might not be weldable. So if we ever need to weld this stuff, you've probably got to like time it perfectly or something. But that sounds doable. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Hey, bloomery. There it is. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. What I'll say is, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. I'm still having fun somehow. I will say, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about like, oh, the next like all the mods series we do. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. Like, I will say, I'm starting to crave it, which is good. I want that though, because after doing MC Eternal, all the mods 6, and all the mods 7. All the mods 6 and 7, I'd argue to completion in my eyes. You know, getting the star and getting the star automated. That's like a lot of the same pack. So jumping into Crash Landing and then into this, very, very relaxing. Very, I mean, this is not relaxing. This pack, annoying. Very annoying, but rewarding. It's like when someone's playing, you know, League of Legends or Overwatch or something, and it's like they're screaming at the screen. And you're like, why are you playing? And it's like, because I love the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's infuriating, but it's like, yes, we built the bloomery. Not the bloomery, the bellows. No, the bloomery. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, bloomery. But yeah, Crash Landing was very nice. That was very relaxing. And so after this, going back into just a normal pack is gonna be, it's just gonna be nice. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it won't be, because maybe we'll push this pack to the point where we actually do get applied energistics, and maybe it'll turn into normal. I will say though, it'd just be nice to have a quarry, wouldn't it? Alright, but genuinely, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, of course, to our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Andre and Melizzi, over here in the form of a donkey and in the form of a wolf. And yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Thank you, of course, for watching the video. Any sort of support in that matter is very much appreciated. We've grown like crazy these past 2 years, and we slowed down a little bit, obviously, after all the mods 7? All the mods 6? All the mods 7? All the mods 7? All the mods 7, I think. Yeah. All the mods 7, I think, was when we got a crazy boost, courtesy of the pack devs featuring me on the CurseForge page. That was very nice, and I don't know, it was very wholesome to experience. But in saying we slowed down a bit from there, we kind of didn't. You know what I mean? Like, we're still growing like crazy. So thank you guys so much for letting me do this and it not just be me talking to myself. You know what I mean? Because I still probably would be, but I don't think there would have been as much growth internally in terms of the actual content and what happens in the videos if there was no one watching. Because whilst I would get a feel for things, you never really know what clicks and what doesn't, in terms of stuff. Like, even just seeing the numbers, seeing what people watch and stuff, it helps direct things and move things in a different way. But yeah, thank you guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys. Oh, more melons. It's now that we've got a cellar, like, just in case you're like, quick, store the food for the winter. the melons we have on us, like, these things we've been eating for ages. We've got more melons on us. We've got 2 barrels full of 32 full melons that are going to last, one of them 11 months, one of them 9 months. We're already in autumn, meaning it's going to blow through winter. Like, we've got all and then we've got flour and rye flour, like, so much stuff. It's exhausting to work with. Oh God, I think I've, like, yeah, messed the door up. Oh yeah, can we get out of here? Cool. Yeah, so, I don't know. Oh, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.